આપણે ત્યાં કહેવત છે કે ઓનલી સીઈંગ ઇઝ બિલીવિંગ. તમે કેરીના રસ વિશે ગમે તો લાંબો નિબંધ વાંચો, પણ જ્યાં સુધી કેરીનો રસ ચાખો નહીં ત્યાં સુધી એની મધુરતાનો ખ્યાલ ના આવે. બંને મિત્રોએ આપણને ઘણું બધું સમજાવ્યું, પણ એકચ્યુઅલી એ પ્રોસિજર કેવી રીતે થાય છે એ આપણે હવે જોઈએ. એક નાનકડું વિડીયો પ્રેઝન્ટેશન આપણે જોઈશું આ ની પેન માટેનું. થેન્ક યુ.
So hello everyone, now we are going to start genicular artery embolization, first of the left lower limb, and under the USG guidance we put this 4 French sheet into this femoral artery, and then we perform this different angiography and try to cannulate these genicular arteries. So the first step is putting the sheet.
Common femoral artery is punctured and the wire is directed towards the superficial femoral artery, and sheath is cannulated and placed from common femoral into the superficial femoral.
So first we do the angiography of knee joint, and we try to locate all these genicular arteries, and these first angiography. So there are lots of blood vessels. You are able to see lots of blush also. We are able to see. And from these, try to find out these 6 genicular arteries, and particularly all these 6 genicular arteries we are going to cannulate, and we do this embolization into all these 6 genicular arteries. So first we will take the descending genicular artery. So this is a suprapatellar genicular artery, and you can see over here into the patellar region, superior body of the patella, cranial body of the patella. You see the vascular blush. And we are targeting that region right now because patient has a suprapatellar pain. So these are small embolizing particles that we inject particularly into the genicular artery. So now these small embolizing particle injecting within this artery. Doing this injection, we try to find out if there's a reflux is present, then we have to stop this embolization procedure. We try to we find out that these particles going into the supplying branch, which is toward the skin, then we stop this injection. So these are the particularly few tricks that we have to take care of during the embolization. So this is a supramedial genicular artery, and you are able to see the vascular blush. Oh my God, there's a Rosilha. There's a lot of vascular blush.
Venous shunting is also seen.
And there is early venous filling. So there is a venous shunting. This is a classical. We are able to find out the inflammatory site, inflammatory origin. These are culprit vessels, and now we are going to inject these embolizing particles within it. So this patient constantly complaining the pain while we are injecting this embolizing particle into the supramedial genicular artery. And this is actually good sign, because whenever the inflammatory, this hypervascularity, we target it, and embolizing particles reaches there, then pain is very common, and this is indirect indicator that we are targeting our vessels, and that's why we do this procedure without any kind of anesthesia. So that's why we are able to find it out that we are injecting this particle into the right targeting vessel. So that was the first injection. This is the second after we have taken this second run, and this vascular blush is reduced, but still it's present. and that's why we are injecting more particles in the same vessel.
We are nearby our endpoint. The parent vessel is seen normal and the blush is disappearing gradually as we are injecting. Forward flow is still there in the artery. So embolizing just the blush, not the parent vessel. Hence there is no necrosis of the joint or the cartilage or the bone.
So the vascular blush which we are able to see, it's completely disappeared. Early venous filling also not seen. So these now we have achieved our post embolization target. Perfect.
So this is a combined vessel. This is a suprolateral and intercondylar branch arising together from the distal superficial femoral or the proximal popliteal artery. We can see the blush also at that particular place of supply, and we are going super selectively with the microcatheter inside that branch and we'll start embolizing. So this is a microcatheter which goes inside the diagnostic catheter. It is very tiny and it super selectively cannulates the vessels, and then we are embolizing. This is a super selective gram. One by one we are going inside all the genicular branches.
So still there is a little bit preparation going on. Many patients ask us that, sir, whether we should go for one knee joint or two knee joint together. So I particularly advise that both knee joint simultaneously treating is a better option than rather than treating one knee joint today and a second knee joint later on. So genicular artery embolization, we can do the both knee joint together, and that is a ideal thing to do, just like in this case. Second thing, genicular, many patients ask us that knee replacement is a simple option or genicular artery is a simple option. So we particularly, me and Rosil, we think that genicular artery embolization is little bit harder than the knee replacement, because in knee replacement you have to cut the joint and replace it with some artificial joint. So if you know, life also, to destroying the thing is it's very easy, and preserving the thing is very, very hard. We are preserving the thing. Right now, Rosalie is doing little bit effort to cannulate this supralateral genicular artery. Right? He has just manipulated the guide wire, just rotating this wire and catheter, and now he is able to cannulate the supralateral genicular artery. So it is it's a difficult thing.
Remove road.
We are experienced, but still supralateral genicular artery, it's a curvy vessels going from down to upside, so it is difficult. But genicular artery embolization, it's a little bit tricky and difficult procedures, and to cannulate all these tiny vessels. So Rosil, are you ready with the supralateral genicular artery?
Yeah, we gave a U-turn to the micro wire, and then with few gentle tricks we came inside the supralateral selectively, because I wanted to embolize it. I'm very particular about it. We want to go super selective. We don't want to cause any non-target embolization. So again, this is post-embolization gram. You don't see any blush now. The blush has disappeared. And this is the end point for this vessel.
So end point is very important. End point we decide after desapering the blush. पग सीधो कर दो दादा. So right now we have already taken care of descending genicular artery, supromedial, supralateral, and now we are looking for infralateral genicular artery.
This is infralateral genicular vessel. We are going super selectively and taking grams, confirming the presence of blush, mapping the blush, and then embolizing it.
So these are we injecting these embolizing particles within this infralateral genicular artery, and the small branches of these infralateral genicular artery also filled up with this particle, and actually this particle size is 50 microns, so it is not blocking the main infralateral genicular artery. It goes into the sub branch, and we are targeting the super selective small vessels caliber these branches which are releasing the cytokines. And once it blocks, the post embolization, when we do this angiography, this vascular blush which was previously seen before pre-embolization angiography, that blush will be disappear.
So, one more question. Is this procedure covered under cashless?
Yes, this is a very
Mediclaim
important.
purposes?
Yes, this is a very important question. Many patients ask us that whether this covered in insurance or not. So yes, we are doing lots of procedures now. We have we have done more than 100 procedures, and out of this 100, many procedures we have done under the cashless. So cashless is available. At least in private insured company, they covered all this kind of advanced treatment, and so now you see this infralateral genicular artery vascular blush disappeared in the post angiographic picture.
Yeah, complete disappearance.
Complete disappear. So this is just like a magic, and that's why
we have named our conference magical conference.
say in angiography picture also it looks like a magical thing, because lots of vascular blush in the pre-angiographic pictures, and right now post-angiographic picture that vascular blush disappeared. And it's a magic for us also and magic for patient also, because after doing this procedure, patient's pain reduces, and with single needle puncture. So they feel also magic, and that's why we capped this conference in Magical Formula 2021. So Rosil, is there any other vessel left?
Yes, we are searching for the inframedial vessel.
Inframedial
genicular artery.
Yes. So these are the very tiny vessels, and particularly we are targeting the inflammation. And inflammation, a culprit vessel can be anyone from all these 5 to 6 genicular arteries. So we have to do super selective angiography of all these genicular artery, and selective cannulation with the selective angiographic run will then we will be able to see these hypervascularity into that vessel. So there was significant blush into this intromedial genicular artery, right, Rosil?
Yes, yes.
So Rosil, this is a 83 years old patient, and when we are doing these procedures into such kind of aged patient, what are some other findings we are able to notice into such kind of old patient?
I think because of the age, and many people are diabetic and some or other comorbidities are there. So what we face is a challenge because of the atherosclerosis. The vessels are tortuous, the origins have calcifications, so the anatomy is a bit different, and also the wire movement and the catheter movement are not smooth. We have to particularly take care that we don't dissect any vessel, otherwise there will be complication. So the main challenges in the old age patients is the atherosclerosis, and because of the calcifications, the smoothness of the catheter doesn't come, and the tortuosity is also there because of the age. So these are some of the challenges we face in the old age patients. So we saw some blush in the infralateral genicular artery once again. So I've cannulated it, and we are embolizing it once again. Also, atherosclerotic changes are there in the at the origin of anterior tibial and the posterior tibial. So we take particular care that our wire and the catheter doesn't go there, and we don't dislodge these plaques, because it can lead to ischemia. So we are very careful with our catheter movements. Thus far, we have avoided any major complications in all our genicular artery patients.
Already we have done this infralateral genicular artery. Again, after doing inframedial, we again check this infralateral genicular artery, because by our experience that we find it out, the infralateral genicular artery is the largest vessel into all these 6 genicular artery, and many times what we are injecting, that is not sufficient. So that's our routine practice, that once we finish all these different genicular arteries, we again check all these, at least infralateral genicular artery, and we try to find out if there any residual blush is there or not, and if there is a residual blush, then we again embolize it, like what we are doing right now in this case. So similarly, like in infralateral genicular artery, we have found that supramedial genicular artery, there was significant vascular blush. So after the procedures, when we finish all this genicular artery, we have again recannulated this supramedial genicular artery and again find it out into this angiography that still there is a residual blush. So again we are embolizing the same artery. So our basic target is we reduce the inflammation as much as possible. It doesn't matter that we have to cannulate more and more artery for more and more times, but outcome is more important.
Center, remove collimation through. So this is the gram we are taking after embolization. This is the distal femoral artery angiography. We are seeing almost all the genicular arteries, but no blush. That calls for the completion of this limb for the procedure.